morning. Today is Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. I'm Josephine.
And I'm Amory, and today we're talking about Martin Luther King Jr.
But first, here's Aaron with today's lunch. Here's Lydia with today's lunch. Good morning, I'm Lydia with today's lunch. Today's lunch is chicken sandwich, tater tots, ham and cheddar sub, and a entree salad. Don't forget to grab your fresh fruits, veggies, and milk. Now back to Josephine and Anne-Marie with today's announcements.
Thank you, Lydia. Today's announcements are, today is a very special day. It's January 15th, Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. But who is Martin Luther King Jr. and why is he so important?
Well, let's tell you all about him. Martin Luther King Jr. was a leader during the civil rights movement in the 1950s and 1960s. He believed that everyone, no matter the color of their skin, should be treated equally and fairly.
You see, back then, in some parts of our country, people were treated differently just because of the color of their skin. That's called segregation. For example, black people had to sit in different sections of buses, use separate bathrooms, and even go to different schools. That wasn't fair at all.
Dr. King wanted to change that, but he didn't use violence or fighting. Instead, he taught people to use peaceful ways to make things better. He gave speeches, led marches, and worked hard to bring people together. One of his most famous speeches is called the I Have a Dream speech.
In that speech, Dr. King said he dreamed of a world where people would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That means he wanted people to be treated for who they are on the inside, not by how they look on the outside.
Dr. King's message wasn't just for adults, it's for kids too. He believed that love and kindness are stronger than hate. He showed us that we should always treat others the way we want to be treated, no matter how different they are from us.
And guess what? Because of Dr. King and the people who worked with him, many unfair laws were changed. Today, we still celebrate his life and his message of equality, love, and hope.
So how can we honor Dr. King? We can be kind to everyone we meet, including others who may feel left out, and speak up if we see something unfair.
Let's make today special by remembering Dr. King's dream and spreading love and kindness wherever we go.
Now to Dr. King with today's weather. With his speech.
With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and when it happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at home. With this faith,
Good morning, I'm Aaron with today's weather. Today will be sunny with a high of 80 and a low of 24. Now to Lydia with today's pledge.
An 80, a high of 80.
Oh! A high of 50.
Good morning. I'm Lydia. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Now to Jeremiah with today's birthdays.
Good morning, I'm Jeremiah with today's birthdays. Miracle G and 4M. Brenton L and KW. Jamelia M and CDF. Come to the library, get your birthday pencil. Now we go back to Josephine and Anne-Marie with today's highlights.
Thank you for joining us today on ONN. I'm Josephine.
And I'm Anne-Marie.
Have a wonderful day.